Hello, I'm Janet Smyth, the Children and Education Programme Director here at the Edinburgh International Book Festival. We're very pleased to have Alex T. Smyth with us as our illustrator in residence. And Alex is both a writer and an illustrator. Sometimes he both writes and illustrates his own books, and other times he illustrates for other people. But he'll be with us to do a range of events for young people of all ages. He'll be talking about his own little anthropomorphic character, Claude the dog. And Claude this year is off to visit the Olympics, of course. And he'll also be talking with other illustrators such as Judith Carr, Emily Gravitt and Lydia Monks about the whole process of being a children's illustrator in this day and age and what that career might look like. And he's also going to be doing a big draw. And a big draw is a way to bring in lots of different people into the festival because it's completely free of charge. And children and parents can come along and take part in creating one great big picture. Some of you may know that Frances Hardinge won the Costa Book of the Year award with her young adult fiction, The Lie Tree. So, what exactly is young adult fiction if she managed to win this huge book award? Well, we're going to be doing the YA debate. We're going to be challenging writers Anthony McGowan and Elizabeth Ween to answer exactly what that is all about. And we're also going to challenge our audience of readers and get them to say why they think YA exists as a category. Is it just something to market books with, or is it a particular genre all in its own right? One of the important things about writing for young adults in particular is to give them space to imagine who they are and who they might be. And one of the big issues, and very much in the news at the moment, is that of transgender. And we're really honoured to have with us Juno Dawson, who some people might know as James Dawson and was a very successful novelist, but she'll be talking about the journey that she personally has made and is in her transition year. She'll be talking about her book, Mind Your Head, which is looking at mental good health for teenagers and young adults. And similarly, we've got Lisa Williamson, who looks at it through fiction in her book, The Art of Being Normal, which looks at how a boy who is a girl trapped in a boy's body and how his family and friends and he himself responds to who he really is in life. We've got a really packed programme of events for very young children. We've got Hugless Douglas coming back this year with his great cake bake, and perhaps Hugless Douglas himself might make an appearance. And of course we've got Julia Donaldson. She's doing 3 events because she's got so many new picture books that she needs 3 different performances in which to tell us all these new stories. And her latest book is The Detective Dog, which is a beautiful celebration of the importance of libraries and librarians and why they're very much the heart of our community. And we also have writers from all sorts of other places. Ana and Tiago de Moraes are joining us from Brazil with a very vibrant and slightly surreal picture book that puts different animals together in a kind of zoological mashup. And we've got Hrefna Bragadóttir coming from Iceland with Baxter's book, which is about a little creature who is looking to be inside his very own story. One of the most powerful things that children's books can do is present to even the youngest of readers very difficult topics that perhaps might be happening in the world around us. And of course, one of those things is the migrant crisis, very much in the news. How do you make sense of that for very young readers? Well, Julian Clary, in The Bold's second outing, he depicts characters who are hyenas, pretending to live as human beings. And in this second story, the Bolds throw open the doors of their home to welcome in all sorts of refugee animals who are fleeing from some really unpleasant situations. And Petro Haracek, in his picture book Puffin Peter, shows two little puffins trying desperately to cross the sea in a storm, Peter and Paul, and they're separated and have to be brought together again. And Judith Kerr herself, at one time a refugee as a child from Nazi Germany, she takes a sidelong glance at what that means in her book Mr. Cleghorn's Seal, and it's a very compassionate story of how we can reach out and help those less fortunate. This year as well, in the children's programme, we've got a whole new innovation. It's events where you get juice and cake. They tend to be events where there's quite a lot of interaction. We've got a huge big colour in event, so everybody can join in and colour in different Scottish landmarks. And because you're going to be busy and using energy, then we're providing you with some juice and cake to go with it. Similarly, we've got tea and tales, and we'll be bringing in Macastory, who are an incredible storytelling duo, to tell lots of different tales, and they're going to be dressed up as butlers. So as they tell tales, they'll also be serving cake and tea. Of course, not everybody wants to hear about fiction. There's certainly a lot of people who like their facts, and we do have a number of events which are very sciencey based. Bringing the Horrible Science series is Nick Arnold and Tony DeSalle, and they're going to be talking about it as well as drawing it, getting some people doing some rather stinky experiments. And in the Storybox, the Royal Society, whose role it is in this land to tell us about science and new developments, will be doing a range of experiments for all ages to go along and take part in. And on Tuesday the 16th of August, we will be attempting to break a world record right here in Charlotte Square Gardens with the Guinness Book of World Records.